Good evening and welcome to basketball tonight, a non-conference game from Bangor High School, the home of the Cardinals as they play host to up the road, neighbors West Salem. Bangor coming out, of course, the Scenic Bluffs Conference, and West Salem out of the Cooley Conference. We had the West Salem girls the other night. Bangor coming in off a win last night on Friday night at Royal. And they will again be hosting the West Salem Panthers. They just went through the starting lineups for the Panthers, and we'll get to those guys. Let's go through Bangor as they come out onto the court. Number 14 is Nathan Peterson. Peterson is a 6'1" senior. Number 20 will be Chad Anderson. Chad Anderson is 6'2". He is a senior. Number 22 is Ryan Tenner, a 5'10" senior guard. Number 30 is Shane Sondriel. He is a senior at 6'1". And number 50 is Blake Horstman. Blake, 6'1". He is also a senior under head coach Don Addington. Now, for very quickly, those West Salem Panthers out there is number 14, Sean McMahon, 5'9" junior. Tim Werner, number 20, is a 5'10" senior. Number 22, Corey Miller, a 6-foot senior. Number 34, Aaron Sandiger, a 6-foot senior. And number 44, Brandon Hall. He is 6'3". He is a junior. And they are the starting five for head coach Scott Kepnick. They're at midcourt, and we're ready to get things underway tonight from Bangor High School. A full crowd, full gym tonight. A tournament going on throughout the day today. It is Alumni Weekend at Bangor. And a lot of the guys have come back to play some more basketball. And Roger Fagan with me, the principal here at Bangor High School. And Roger, I assume that kind of goes back to people all ages, huh?
They have a team as far back as one that they've had in there is 1970 and before. As we get a tip in there, and now a turnover.
Tipped in down there, I believe, by Chad Anderson. No, check that. Chad was right there. It was
I think maybe number 44.
And that would be Brandon Hall.
That's what we'll give it to at this point.
He'll take it. So it is West Salem ball and a West Salem lead as we just get underway from Bangor. Talk a little more about the alumni tournament and a good fundraiser for the basketball program here at Bangor.
It's in their 6th year, and as we said, they get them back from all classes and ages, and I believe the class of 87, 88 won it this year, and many of them stay for the game, and it's we try to get a close team like West Salem, a rivalry we refer to as an intra-city battle almost tonight with West Salem and Bangor.
Turnover goes through the legs of Chad Anderson and out of bounds. West Salem will take it the other way.
I think one of the keys to the game tonight, Mike, will be how Bangor responds, having a tough road game last night at Royal, beating Royal 53-49, and having to play back-to-back here at this point in the season.
About a minute and a half gone in the ball game, and it will be Bangor ball. Well, Bangor in the thick of things in that Cooley or in the Scenic Bluffs Conference, a game behind, and they want to stay there, stay close. There's a 2 or 3 team race there for the league lead, and they've got a shot at it. I think I was reading the last game of the season. They could go up against, what is it, Niceta leading.
Niceta has to come here for the last.
That's right, coming here, yeah.
And the first tournament game, back to back.
Ooh.
Currently, Niceta undefeated on the year.
So it'll be interesting as we go down the stretch for the Bangor Cardinals. Of course, tonight a non-conference game, not as important, but definitely you want to play good here and win in front of the alumni. Bangor over on the side, get him open underneath, up, and going to drop it through. That's in for number 50, Blake Horstman.
Blake had an excellent second half last night down in Royal, at 14 points in the second half of that game last night.
With a couple of minutes gone in the beginning of the ball game, they roll it and take it to the baseline, and a foul is going to be called underneath. The ball wouldn't drop, and it'll be number 34 going to the stripe for the West Salem Panthers, and that is Sandiger.
The foul was on Shane Sondriel, his first, team first.
Sandiger will have 2 of them. First shot is good. Second shot on the way. That one's going to go. He hits them both. And it's a 4-2 ball game for West Salem. Some full court pressure from West Salem as Bangor brings it down to the midcourt stripe and across. Goes into the lane, tries to get it down, comes right back off the bottom of the backboard and back to the hands of the Bangor Cardinals. And a blocking foul is going to be called on number 14, Sean McMahon.
His first, team second.
And this will send number 20 to the line for the Bangor Cardinals. That's Chad Anderson. Try and tie things up at the free throw line. Gets that first one, took a bounce and dropped through. Second shot on the way for Chad, and he does tie it up at 4. A basket and 2 free throws for both teams in the early going with 2.5 minutes gone in the first quarter from Bangor. Right side, the West Salem Panthers. Comes back out in the right wing. Looking for that open shot, thought about it, didn't take it. Has to give it off, and they'll keep working it on that right side. Down to the baseline. Going to go up with a jump shot from the baseline. Rolls across the top of the rim and back down to Bangor. In on the rebound that time was Chad Anderson.
Good defensive pressure that time by Bangor. That's been their strength this year. Is I think talking about this team compared to maybe last year, is they've really improved themselves defensively.
On the right side, Cardinals in the corner. Anderson gets help from Tenner. Out on top of the circle. Horseman on the right side. Back over between the circles. 4-4 ball game in the early going. Pressure now from West Salem, keeping Mount away from the basket.
Salem doing a good job as well. Straight man-to-man defense.
Made a break for the basket outside. Got the open shot from the baseline. Won't go. And the rebound going to come down to the West Salem Panthers and number 44, Brandon Hall. Cross court, got him open. 3, too far. Rebound going to come down, go out of bounds. No, it didn't go out of bounds. Now it did. Batted around a little bit there and finally did go out of bounds. It'll go off Bangor.
I think finally Peterson was standing out of bounds when he batted the last one. Tim Langer, number 34, 6'2", senior, into the ball game for Peterson.
In the corner. Going to drive the baseline. Goes up with it a little bit too soon. Comes off the fingertips too soon, and down is a 2-foot jump shot air ball. Still West Salem ball. Inbound under their own basket. Comes out between the circles. On the right side, they'll look for something to open up. Again, good pressure from Bangor. Back outside on the right, over to the top. No shot there. Tipped away almost. West Salem looks at that 3, doesn't take it, goes over to the left side, still nothing. We're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And that one will go up and off the glass for 2.
Good move inside by Sandager.
It's a 6-4 ball game with 3:20 to go now in the first quarter. Bangor back down in offense, goes over to the right side. Goes into the lane, puts it up. Nice move, drops through. Good job that time by Corey Miller. Check that, 22 on the other side is Tenner.
So you have to do against that man-to-man defense. Sometimes you just get too content with passing the ball around the perimeter. You got to get some penetration. You can always kick it back out, but you got to get that ball inside.
Good rebound there, put back up by the West Salem Panthers, and that was Tim Werner. And it's 8-6. Early going, a little bit of a scoring lull. Now it's picked up just a little bit. 2:40 to go in the quarter. Goes into the lane, puts it up, wouldn't go. Rebound going to come down, and the ball is going to be loose. Gets rid of it and gets it out of there. Did a good job that time to get that ball out of there and keep it in the hands of the West Salem Panthers. Out of bounds. Going to go the other way. It'll be Bangor ball.
Into the West Salem lineup, number 52, Eugene Clements.
So Bangor will bring it down this way. Number 30 with the ball is Kevin Chandrell. Shane Sandriel. Into the lane. Boy, in a crowd, the basket will count.
Good, strong move inside by Horseman that time. He was able to use some of that strength from offensive line in football. He's a guard on the football team, and the strength paid off that time as he was able to have the opportunity to possibly complete the three-point play.
Horseman ties it at 8, and a chance to get that 9th point with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in this first quarter. Foul is called on number 44, Brendan Hall. It's his first. Free throw's good, and it's a 9-8 ball game. First lead of the night for the Bangor Cardinals.
Greg Sprain is into the lineup for Bangor.
West Salem back down to the other end as we close in on the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Down to the baseline, makes a nice move up off the glass, good for 2.
Corey Miller with the basket.
10-9. With 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Comes all left that lane open, drives it all the way and puts it in. Nice going that time for Ryan Tenner. They left that whole right side open for him.
They had a good pick set up on the side there, and the West Salem defender, they forgot to switch and left it wide open on the side for Tenner.
Right side now for the West Salem Panthers. McMahon, number 14, has it. Gets it over to the top to number 52. That's Clements. Looked at that shot. Going to drive up with the shot off the glass. Nice move. Puts it in for 2. And that is number 34, Sandiger.
His 6th point of the night.
12-11.
This lead keeps seesawing back and forth in the first quarter.
Down to 1:02 now to go in this first quarter. Got him trapped on the right side. Get some help. They'll bring it back around to the top. Between the circles. Comes over to the right side. Bangor with the ball. They're down by 1. Bangor Junior Varsity winners here tonight. Into the free throw line. Up from there. It's going to go a little long off the back of the rim. And a rebound comes back down to the Bangor Cardinals with 35 seconds left. That shot no good. And a rebound that time down to Corey Miller. West Salem going to try and go coast to coast. Goes out of bounds. Going to be West Salem ball.
A couple more substitutions for West Salem. Number 42 into the game. Paul Kaiser. Number 32, Ben Garbers.
27 seconds left in this first quarter. West Salem works with it around that perimeter. Outside the three-point line.
But they're going to go for the last shot of the quarter.
Now they are. They stand there. They're waiting that clock to tick down a little bit as we hit 10 seconds. Make their move here pretty soon. On the right side, between the corner, or between the circles, now into the lane. Going to go up with a shot. The fall away off the glass. Good for 2. They hit it at the buzzer, 14-11. So a 3-point lead with the first quarter coming to an end. We'll be back for our second quarter after we take this timeout.
We all need money.
There at the Bangor side and a lot of the alumni. Some of the basketball players, I'm sure, kind of tired, probably a little bit sore.
Yeah,
or if they're not yet, they will be.
Tomorrow morning, they might be a little bit sore.
It'll be inbounded by the West Salem Panthers as we get ready to go in the second quarter. It is full. This is as full as we've seen it for a while. And again, the alumni weekend, but it's packed.
It's the biggest crowd we've had this year. Good to see.
14-11. West Salem with a 3-point lead. Good first quarter. The 2 points at the buzzer opened up that slim 1-point lead. Now West Salem a chance to open it up a little bit more here as they start the second quarter with the ball. But we do have a foul.
We have a reach-in foul on Blake Horseman. His first, team second. West Salem's doing a good job of being able to penetrate and getting the ball inside. And Sandiger has been able to make some penetration, and he's able to hang in the air and get some shots off. He had 8 points there in the first quarter. They're going to have to stop that penetration.
Shot rolls across the top of the rim. It wouldn't go, and a rebound comes down to Bangor. And a whistle. That went out of bounds. He must have been on the line again, baseline. And it goes back to West Salem. So they'll have another chance at it. Right in the front. And he traveled. He traveled. So Bangor will get it back now, and some pressure again from West Salem. Get it across the timeline, and we are going to have the foul against West Salem.
I was going to go against Paul Kaiser, number 42, as he ran over Horseman, who was setting a pick.
His first foul, fourth team foul.
Kenner gets a break, and he's replaced by Sandriel.
Inbounded to Horstman. Got him double team, needs some help, gets it. Comes over to the left side and back out. Top of the circle. We got a 3-second call. I think Blake tried to plead his case there a little bit. He's just cutting across. But
well, I think what happened is that he cut across, but he didn't completely clear the lane. Sometimes you catch yourself going across and then turn around and go the other way, and he didn't clear the lane before he came back in.
So the turnover gives it back to West Salem, looking to expand that 3-point lead. Again, a good job by Bangor's defense, keeping him out. Now this time they're working inside, and they get it in there to, I believe it was number 20,
Warner.
Tim Warner. 16-11. Open up the 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for the West Salem Panthers. Took a tough shot, wouldn't go. Rebound comes down to West Salem, down to Corey Miller, and it'll be taken back down by Ben Garbers.
I think the key here is that both teams are playing, pretty good defense. Looking at the score, 16-11 here early in the second quarter. The team that's the most patient until they get their shot, and West Salem's doing a better job of that right now.
Took that 3-point, wouldn't go, off the front of the rim and down. West Salem does get the rebound, gets the ball back. He takes a step back for 3, over the top of everything. Rebound comes down to Bangor, and all the way this time. Got the blocking foul, and he'll go to the line this time. That is number 30, Sandriel.
Paul Kaiser picks up the foul, his second, team 5th.
Good job on the boards on the other end that time. The long rebound, and picked it up and took off. One of those, the crash is coming in this end. Hits the free throw.
You can see that coming from about 20 feet away.
So 16-12. Second shot is going to go, hits them both. 4 of 5 at the free throw line. I have him unofficially for the Bangor Cardinals. 16-13 with 6 minutes to go and a half. Left side. West Salem moves it around on offense, comes back out behind, takes that shot off the side, doesn't hit the rim, off the backboard. Rebound comes down, taken away. Got in between them, and a foul is going to be called.
Good hustle that time on the part of Corey Miller, as the Bangor kid just kind of hanging onto the ball there, and he came up and took it right away from him, drew the foul.
And now Corey Miller will go to the line, as he was fouled trying to get that shot off after he stole the pass. Miller off on the right side, wouldn't drop. Corey's second shot in the way. That one is not going to go either. A little bit long. Rebound, though, down to West Salem. And it'll drop through for number 44, Brandon Hall.
Big rebound, offensive rebound. Gives West Salem the 5-point lead.
Working it on the right side. Number 22 over there with the ball was Kenner. Bangor looks on the outside. 32 is Greg Sprain. It's a down 2. Sprain lays it in, drives that baseline, puts it in for 2.
Good quick move on the baseline that time.
3 comes up short. Rebound going to come down to the West Salem Panthers out near midcourt, and he goes out of bounds. Tried to get it in behind the back and caught up with it along that sideline, but went out of bounds. And when you're out of bounds here, you're right into the bleachers, aren't you?
Crowd. There's not much room on the sidelines there, and it makes it difficult for the officials too. Coming down, it's a little bit different than working the game in some of the bigger gyms.
Out top of the circle between them. 18-15. Chance for the Bangor Cardinals to cut her down here to 1. And now we got a push. And that's going to be called against Tim Warner. That is the 6th team foul. Getting close to bonus time.
That'll put the Cardinals into a bonus situation in the next foul. Nate Peterson comes back into the game, giving Chad Anderson a break.
4:34 to go in the half. Gonna go, put it up off the glass, and goes for 2. That is, again, Sprain.
Sprain with 2 good baseline moves.
It's 18-17, tries for 3. Rebound came down to West Salem, and I think he stepped in the baseline. Going to be Bangor ball, it is.
Well, just when I mentioned when West Salem had a 5-point lead here about how they're doing a good job of being patient on offense, they've come down the last 3 times now and really forced a shot.
Well, they've been pumping the 3-pointers, and they're not really close either.
No, they're and it was going against what had given them the lead, and that was being patient and working that ball inside and penetrating, and they were doing a good job of that, taking 25, 30 seconds and making Bangor play defense hard and looking for that one mistake. And I'm sure Coach Kepnick would like to see him get back to that.
Sandriel carried the ball that time, turned it over near midcourt, goes back to West Salem. Keep him outside that 3-point line. Left side. Miller. 1-point ball game. West Salem Panthers work it around, trying to find that shot or get it inside. Now they got the lob pass in. Goes up, and it goes through. Is that Miller underneath?
Miller underneath with a good move. It looked like he was double teamed, and somehow they let him out of there.
20-17, back to a 3-point ball game. 3-point lead for the West Salem Panthers. Bangor back down court with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Over to the weak side, comes in towards the lane. Shot from outside wouldn't go, and a rebound comes down, batted away. Bangor comes away with it. Nice feed, and there's a foul.
That's going to go against Corey Miller. His first.
And it will send Tim Langer to the line for 2. Nice steal, getting that ball back for Bangor. And Langer was right there waiting for the opportunity to go up with it. Misses that first shot. .308 to go in the half. Second one will drop. And it's a 2-point game. West Salem will take it back down to the other end. Miller moving around, weaves over to the left side, going to drive the baseline. And he puts that ball up, and we'll have a blocking foul?
A blocking foul on Sandriel. Didn't quite get to the stripe. When they drive that baseline, you want to have 1 foot almost planted out of bounds there. You can't give him any room at all. Sandriel is second.
4th team foul, and we've got Miller at the line.
He'll be shooting 2. He missed his last 2 shots.
First free throw bounces and is not going to go. Boy, 0 for 3 at the line for Miller. West Salem coming in tonight 3-3 in the Cooley Conference. Overall, they are 5-6. Scott Kepnick trying to get them back up, and that one's going to bounce and go. Scott Kepnick trying to get them back up to 500 on the season. And another foul, and we'll come down to this end and shoot free throws.
And that one will go against Sean McMahon, his second.
Bangor Cardinals coming in tonight, as we said, off the win last night against Royal. They are 7-2 in the conference, and they are 9-4 on the season. So a good season for Coach Don Addington and his Bangor Cardinals. Free throw misses. Rebound going to come down to West Salem. .246 left in the first half. 21-18. West Salem with a 3-point lead and the ball. Goes over to the right side outside that 3-point circle. Back over to the right. Thought about it. Going to drive and clean block. Was it?
Yep. He's going to
travel.
Got
to travel.
Good defense that time by Shane Sondrell. Had great position that time. That was a key call there with Sondrell with 2 fouls. He wasn't afraid to stay in there and made the play.
So 21-18. The ball comes back to Bangor. Some pressure from West Salem. Now they back it off. With 2:20 to go in the half. A lot of motion on offense. They go into Horseman. We got a foul called on Miller.
That'll be Miller's second. It had gone away from that. You know, the first basket, I think Horseman was able to get inside early and get a couple baskets. And now for about, almost all the second quarter, they were unable to get it inside.
So Horseman will go back to the line. Free throw's good. Back to a 2-point ball game, and he'll try and cut that lead down to 1. And he'll hit them both.
Gives Horseman 7 on the night. Leading scorer so far for Bangor.
21-20, 2 minutes to go in the half. Biggest lead of the night for either team has been 5 for West Salem. Drives it off the glass. Nice move that time. Kept right on going, stayed with it, and put it in for 2. That's number 34, Aaron Sandiger.
He's got good body control and a good position once he got the ball inside. You can't let him get the ball that deep.
And we got a travel. Travel call, and the Bangor Cardinals will turn it back over to West Salem with 1:37 to go in the first half.
Chad Anderson into the game for the Cardinals, and Tim Werner re-enters for the Panthers.
1.5 minutes to go. West Salem to the other end. Tipped away. And we should have the layup coming right at us, and it's in for 2.
Good steal by Ryan Tanner. Good quick hands.
23-22. Goes up, nope. Passes off, nice move. And we should have an over-the-back call, and we will. Number 52 going to pick up the foul there. That would be Eugene Clements.
His first.
And back down to this end and try and tie this thing up at the free throw line now for the Bangor Cardinals with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go in the first half.
Shane Sondrell will be going to the line with a opportunity here to tie or even give Bangor the lead. It'd be the first lead they've had probably in the ball game, I think. West Salem scored first and has maintained the lead.
Free throw's good. .23-23. And going to miss that free throw. Nope, yep. Came back straight down, but off the rim and wouldn't go. And a foul. No, we got a traveling call. So it'll be Bangor ball with a tie ball game with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go in the half. On the right side, back out, goes for 3, going to miss everything. It'll go the other way, West Salem, with 1 minute and 1 to go in the first half. Tied at 23. Looks at that 3, fakes it, goes over to the right side. He's wide open for it, and it's not going to go.
We're going to get a foul from over the back. This time going against Werner. It'll be his second.
And back down to the free throw line for the Bangor Cardinals. They're into the bonus, and they've only committed 4 fouls, so you're not going to see West Salem go to the line on any bonus here in the first half. And they're tying this thing up, and now a chance to take the lead at the charity stripe. And it's Blake Horseman. And it'll go. So Bangor takes the lead at the free throw line. .41 seconds to go in the first half. 24-23 Bangor, and that one's not going to go. Rebound, though. Batted away. Clean block.
Good offensive rebound, but a good reaction also by West Salem to block the ball.
Outside, going to go for 3 over the top of everything. Up again over the top of everything. Rebound comes down to Bangor. 25 seconds. Look for them maybe to take that last shot.
I think that's what Coach Addington would like to see with a 1-point lead. Try not to go in with anything less than the 1-point lead.
Down now to 10 seconds. 24-23. They're on him tight. Got to get rid of it, and does. There they've got the open for Horseman. Lost it on the floor. And a jump ball. And that's the end of the first half.
Couldn't quite find a handle on that one.
24-23 is going to be our halftime score, and we have got a good one going at Bangor tonight. The Bangor Cardinals and the West Salem Panthers separated by just 1 point at halftime, and both coaches, the coaches staying out there. Is there a question as far as, was this jump ball or possession call before the buzzer?
I think that's the question here, was did the horn go off or did they call the possession?
There's a good look at Scott Kepnick as he heads for the locker room to talk to his troops. Down by 1. It's been a good ball game. And we'll come back and take a look at some of the halftime statistics right after we take this time out.
Dave Thomas has a dream of competing in the 4-man bobsled and winning.
I believe some of the alumni coming out onto the court, apparently. They've got some drawings, and they're announcing the ticket numbers right now. But it is 24-23, our halftime score. And let's take a look at how we got those points.
Well, look, leading the way here for West Salem after the first quarter, West Salem led 14-11, and they were led in that first quarter by Aaron Sandager, who had 8 points, and he was held to 2 in the second quarter. Bangor came back and outscored West Salem 13-9 in the second quarter. They have been led in scoring in the first half by Blake Horseman, who is 4 for 5 from the free throw line and adds a couple baskets for a total of 8 points for the Cardinals. An excellent first half. Both teams playing very good man-to-man defense, and it seems like the team that is patient enough with offense and until they can get the ball inside, or at least take the ball to the hoop driving-wise and get to that free throw line. The difference probably in the first half here is that Bangor was able to get to the free throw line 13 times and converted 10, so they were 10 for 13 from the free throw line. West Salem, on the other hand, only got to the free throw line 6 times, converted 3. So Bangor with that advantage at the free throw line. And I think part of that is because they took the ball inside and took the ball to the hoop a little more often.
West Salem, as we mentioned there, was trying a lot of outside and long outside shots. One of those three-pointers was about a foot beyond the three-point line even, and taking a lot of three-pointers, three-point shots, and as I said, they didn't hit any of them, and none of them were real close either. And I think that's something Scott's probably going to talk to him about at halftime a little bit. Make sure those shots are, get in there and take the better shots, I'm sure, and as you said, be patient and get the points.
And they were having some success there. They built a 5-point lead midway through the second quarter by going inside and being patient, and they got away from that a little bit towards the end of the first half here. But a very good ball game, very clean ball game. Two towns and cities right next to each other, a big crowd going at it. Both teams, coaches and everybody going at it in a good, strong way.
Introducing some of the alumni. It is alumni weekend here once again at Bangor High School. They had a tournament going throughout the day today, and the championship game was played early this evening, I would imagine, before the junior varsity contest here at Bangor. And some of the players, I don't know if this is the winning squad that is being introduced or the second place team that's being introduced, but some of the alumni people introduced, and it's got to be a lot of fun. I would love to get out and watch some of this going on in some of these schools, but as we said, I'm sure it's got to be an excellent fundraiser for the Bangor basketball program.
It's a good fundraiser, and they'll have a social after the game this evening as well, so they'll get together and share some war stories from past seasons or from today. I had a chance to get up here for a while this morning to watch some of the action, and some of these guys can move pretty well yet, and they definitely there's some pride at stake, and they take it seriously.
You know, it's interesting. Bangor has got a lot of the information tonight available as far as career rebounds, and Chris Tyona, an '87 graduate, leads it with 562, and that's a lot of rebounds in a high school career. To go down a ways, Chad Anderson is rated number 11th with 199. So as far as active players, that's how far down they are. But Paul Whitmer's house, he had 211, and it kind of tells you, boy, Chris Tyona was in there doing a lot of rebounding in his playing days here.
Looking also on some of the individual records as far as points scored in the game, those of you from the area will remember Andy Kick, who had 44 points in a tournament game against Oliva Strom back in March of '88, and one of those was from a shot well beyond half court with 1 second remaining at the buzzer that stole victory away from Oliva Strom, who was busy celebrating because they had scored with 1 second remaining.
Interesting to go through a lot of these stats and a lot of the various things throughout the seasons, and these guys, I'm sure a lot of these names are probably in there. And I was going to mention I mentioned the rebounding leader, and I should mention the scoring leader, and that is Corey Nicolai with 710 points, and he is a '92 graduate, and he only played, that's only 2 years in the varsity.
2 years, and that's record's only going back as far as 1984.
Okay.
So there may have been some before that. You know, some other names that come across the area. Bob Steigerwald, excellent player, also an excellent baseball player for Bangor, Sparta Bangor there. Made 299 free throws in his career. In one game, he was 12 for 12.
Interesting to go through it, and again, it is Alumni Weekend at Bangor High School. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after we take this time out. We're about ready to go with the second half tonight. It is 24-23 at halftime. Roger, what do you think we can look for coming out in the second half? A lot of the same. I mean, it's been an excellent ball game.
I think a lot of the same. I think both teams are going to knock straight from the strategy, and that is, you know, strong man-to-man defense and patient on offense, and take what the other team gives you. And a team that probably does a job on the boards and doesn't turn the ball over probably come out tight. But I'd be surprised if this didn't go down right to the wire.
24-23, Bangor with a lead, and Bangor will start with the ball in the second half. A fast first half. We didn't have any timeouts called by either team. Zipped right through it. Baseline, going to take it. That little 4-foot jump shot, and it'll go for two.
Chad Anderson with the basket.
26-23, and a three-point lead for Bangor is their biggest of the night. West Salem at one point did lead by 5. They're going to try that three, and that one's going to hit. And it goes that time for Corey Miller.
Well, they've tried a lot of them. That's the first one they've connected on.
And it ties the ball game at 26. Bangor works in the right side, gets it inside to Horseman. Puts it to the floor once, up and in for two.
Good, strong move that time by Blake. He was cut off, and he had that one dribble to get him some position.
Nice drive that time, won't go. Batted away, back out, and West Salem's going to catch up with it. And that is McMahon in front of the West Salem bench, and now comes around between the circles. Miller going to drive the baseline, and Blake, excuse me, was not set.
Now, just was a little late getting there. And it's so hard to teach a young kid to get that foot, you know, right on that line and cut it off. But
second foul on Horseman, and it'll be inbounded by West Salem. Down by 2. Finds a lane, gets it inbounded, out between the circles, and goes over to the right-hand side. Miller up with a shot from the baseline. He'll hit that one for 2. So Corey Miller is starting the second half hot and going to be the go-to guy for West Salem.
Corey was a little frustrated at the end of the first half there. Missed a couple free throws, picked up a couple fouls, and he's come out strong here.
Got a travel call. Got caught along the baseline. No place to go. Double team and took an extra step. Turnover. Tie ball game 28. Panthers on the top. Comes over to the left side. Corey looks at that three-point shot. Didn't take it. They'll take it from the other side. And that's going to go. Now they're hitting them.
Sandiger with it. And West Salem is coming out here with a little bit more intensity than Bangor playing with right now.
31-28. Going to drive that baseline. Got a offensive charge. Yep.
Forcing it a little bit. Tenor that time. Again, good defense on the part of West Salem.
The offensive charge and the turnover. 31-28, West Salem.
Third quarter is key in a lot of ball games. It's just like a new ball game when you're only down by one.
You know, and a lot of times you come out and see that early third quarter momentum, and that can really get you going into that second half. And you've seen it an awful lot of times. And as you said right now, West Salem just really going at it here, a little more aggressive and going a little stronger in the early going.
Playing with a lot more confidence right now, too. I don't know what Coach Kepnick told him at halftime, but I don't think he was probably real pleased with some of the things they did there in that second quarter.
West Salem will inbound. Corey Miller gets it in, comes along the baseline, left him open, and puts it in for two. That's Sandiger again.
Yeah, that's been the key in the third quarter here. Bangor's given up that baseline. Now, some people teach that defensively. They want to funnel them on the baseline, but if you're going to do that, you got to have help. And they're not getting any of that weak side help right now.
Bangor way outside with it, works it around out there.
Tuesday, Monday night at Necedah, Bangor came out very similar here. Played an excellent first half. Down by, I think, 1 or 2 at half, and then third quarter only scored 2 points.
Working it around in offense, going to try and drive that baseline, and now we've got a blocking foul, I believe, down there, and it'll go against West Salem.
That'll go against Sean McMahon, and that'll be his third, first and a half on the Panthers. Greg Sprain into the lineup, replacing Chad Anderson. Sprain had a couple key baskets that he drove the baseline that kind of got Bangor back in it in the second quarter. Looking for that spark off the bench.
Inside, Blake Horseman couldn't hold on to it.
Good pass.
They had it
by Tenor that time, but Blake took his eyes off it. He was looking to make his move before he caught it.
I was going to say, that's what it looked like. He was finding that basket before the ball got there. Back down to West Salem in the near end.
Usually the big guys don't find themselves quite that wide open in the middle. Usually there's a body on them.
And a drive up with a fall-away shot. It'll go. Boy, everything dropping right now for the West Salem Panthers. And now Don Addington will take the timeout, and I didn't think it would be too long before he called for that first timeout of the ball game. All of a sudden now down 35-28. We'll be back after we take this break. Now West Salem has come out and outscored Bangor here 11-4 in the early going of the third quarter, and that has proved to be a real big turnaround so far.
And again, I think the key is that they've hit a couple threes, but they've just come out much more aggressive than Bangor here in the third quarter, and really playing right now with some confidence.
Bangor will take it down to the other end. Need to get some points on the board this time down court. And working against now that tough West Salem defense. Not a lot of room in that right side. They get it inside to Horseman again. He spins, tries to work through, up off the glass. It'll drop for Blake. And they needed that one.
Yeah, and he had to work for that one. That's not one that you get down low and you can just turn and put it in. He had to create something that time. Did an excellent job.
35-30. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Panthers looking to set up that offensive play. Looking to the left, goes to the left, to Miller. For three from outside, that one's not going to go. Rattles and comes back down, and a rebound down to the Bangor Cardinals. It was Sandrial on the rebound. That shot from outside is good. That goes for Sprain.
His 6th point of the night.
35-32, all of a sudden back to a 3-point ball game with 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Miller spins inside the circle, drives the lane, lost the ball, gets it back and throws over to the side. Miller back in the lane, going to try it again, that won't go. Miller his own rebound, and we're going to have a foul. They had him surrounded. It's going to go probably on Sprain, huh? I think it is.
Yep, Greg Sprain's going to pick up the foul.
His 2nd. But more importantly right now, that's a 4th team foul for Bangor. They only had 4 the whole first half.
The whole first half, so 4-1 here, and that's a key as they get into that bonus situation later in the game. And that could be a sign of a little fatigue too here, playing like I said, the road game last night coming in.
That's laid in for 2 by Sandiger.
Good body control again by Sandiger. It looks like he's going to pick up the charge, and he's able to twist and turn and avoid the contact.
37-32. Sprain from outside. He's going to go into the lane and lay it in for 2. 37-34. Tried to get it into the lane, taken away by Bangor. Boy, went through some traffic there, nothing called.
It's one of those where he made up his mind where he was going. They did a good job of cutting it off.
Ooh, quick play.
Still a whistle.
West Salem gets away. They took the ball away, and they hit it for 3.
Big turn of events there. Just out-hustled, out-scrambled. That whistle doesn't blow. You got to go after the ball. And West Salem was more aggressive.
40-34, up now by 6. That's the biggest lead of the night.
Sprain answers on the other end.
40-36 with 1:38 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bangor staying in there. Able to come back down and answer with their own points. The difference right now has been the 3-pointers that West Salem has been able to hit. I'm not sure Bangor's tried a 3-point shot so far tonight. Maybe in the 1st quarter they did.
2nd quarter, I think Tim Langer tried one. I think that's it.
There's another 3. That one's going to rattle and not go, but it goes out of bounds. With 1:08 to go, it is West Salem ball. Down to 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Clear across court. Taking those long passes back and forth right now, trying to find somebody open.
Trying to go across court with the referred to as a skip pass.
Thought takes the 3, and not going to go. Rebound down, a time to Horseman. Had position, did a good job. Trying to cut the lead again down to 2. 30 seconds left. Into Horseman, up off the glass. Nice play, nice move.
Nice pass and good control by Horseman. Able to, the pass had to be perfect, and it was. Pull Bangor within 2, and West Salem will go for the last shot of the 3rd quarter.
40-38, down to 13 seconds. Going to take the shot from outside. Nails it for 3. Wow. And that is Sean McMahon. It's 43-38. Off the backboard of the buzzer, no good. 43-38 is going to be our 3rd quarter score. And the 3-pointers started ringing, and that's, I guess, why they were taking me in that first half, Roger, huh?
That's, I guess they were taking them, and they finally got them to the fall. As that time, they've gotten 4 of them here in the 3rd quarter, and that's been the difference. And they've outscored the Cardinals by 6 here to take a 5-point lead going into the final quarter.
We'll be back with the final 8 right after we take this timeout. 43-38. We go to the final 8 minutes from Bangor. A filled gymnasium tonight at Bangor Alumni Weekend.
Big basket there at the end of the 3rd quarter. Bangor had fallen behind by 7. took that timeout, and they worked their way back into it, got within 2 before McMahon was able to hit that three-pointer to close the third quarter.
And West Salem gets the ball to start the fourth quarter.
And another plus as West Salem, they played that quarter with committing only 1 foul, which is going to put them in good shape here down the stretch.
And they'll keep taking those three-pointers now. We kind of questioned it after the first half because they weren't hitting them. They weren't close. Scott, obviously, in the halftime discussion, not telling him to work for better shots. He apparently had the faith that they would start to drop, or that those kids could hit them, and they are.
They've also done a good job of keeping Bangor off the line here in the third quarter.
Baseline shot over the top, and that's going to be over the back. There's a foul. Going to be called on number 34. That's Sandiger, his second. Check that. 32 it goes to Garbers. Nope, there they got a 34. Okay.
Sandiger's second.
His second foul.
Bangor was 10 for 13 from the line in the first half. They have yet to shoot a free throw. We have yet to shoot a free throw, period, in here in the second half.
Tried that three-point shot. It wouldn't go. And the rebound down to the West Salem Panthers. They'll come down and look out that three-point line of their own. Tried to get it across that time, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it is going to be Bangor ball. With a minute gone in the fourth quarter, Bangor will take it to the other end, trailing it by 5. And, you know, that's something Bangor's got to be very careful about as they try and get a couple of shots down there underneath the basket. You don't want to see them get out of their game plan and start pumping threes just because West Salem's hitting it and thinking they're falling way behind. They're not. They're still only 5 points out.
A couple possessions away here, and with almost 7 minutes to go, you can't panic. Stay in your rhythm. They have shown in the past that they can hit some threes, although tonight they haven't even tried them.
Long pass as they intercepted that, took the ball away on the other end. Did a nice job staying with it and getting the layup and the foul.
A potential three-point play. Also an excellent lead pass to get it out on the break.
So McMahon will go to the line, and it's 45-38 as West Salem tries to open things up here a little bit now in the fourth quarter.
Chance to give them the largest lead of the night.
Free throw's good. 46-38, up by 8.
Sean McMahon turning it up here in the second half. He didn't score in the first half. Has 10 here in the second half.
They got it back into Horseman. He's able to put it in for 2, and it's a 6-point ball game.
15 points on the night for Blake Horseman. Trying to keep the Cardinals in it. Cardinals have gone to a zone.
Works it around on top, gets over into the corner. We'll see if they can make him shoot it over that zone. Tried to get it away, got the ball taken away, and we got a whistle.
That'll go against McMahon, and that'll be his 4th. And he's been red hot for the Panthers. And he'll have to sit down with 5:55 remaining in the game.
46-40, Bangor will have the ball inbound at midcourt. And try and cut it back down to a 4-point lead.
Key possession here.
And that is going to be a charge. Woo!
It's going to go against Greg Sprain.
Don Addington did not like the call, you know, and I looked at the official. It looked like his hands were going to the waist. He was going to charge the blocking call first.
He was going to show the block too, and he hesitated. And as an official, you don't like to see that. You got to sell your call.
Clean break, but West Salem catches up with it. Nice job underneath by the Bangor Cardinals. That shot going to come off the front of the rim. Rebound down to Horseman. So the points don't go to West Salem off that turnover. And the Bangor Cardinals will take it back the other way with 5:10 left in the ball game.
Each possession becomes a little bit more critical as we get down the stretch.
That one will go for Sprain. 46-43. They've cut it to 3. Scott Kepnick wants to take a timeout. We'll be back after we take this break. 46-43. There's the story. 6 team fouls for Bangor, 4 of them now for West Salem, so that is closed up just a little bit.
Greg Sprain with that last 3 has come in here in the second quarter off the bench with 9 points here in the second quarter, 13 on the night. Provided some spark off the bench.
Right side, boy, left that right side open. He pulled up back there. They'll play it around the outside of the three-point line. Now into the lane, back outside. Corey makes some nice moves. Miller puts it in for 2. 48-43.
$12 points on the night for Miller.
Left side for the Bangor Cardinals. See if they can find Horseman open. They try and go to him. Gets that pass, and we got a foul called against West Salem.
It'll be a blocking foul. He moved in, and when you make that pass, you got to allow the offensive player to come down, and he got a little too close.
And it was Miller.
His third, team 5th.
Bangor, they go into Horseman again. Outside, that shot from Sprain across the top. Bangor gets it back, and a foul is called again.
That's going to go against number 52, Clements.
And that'll put Bangor at the line.
And both teams now will be in the bonus on the next foul. And Kepnick is not going to wait any longer. He's going to get McMahon back in the game. He'll be playing with 4 fouls.
Langrer will go to the stripe for the Bangor Cardinals. With 2 shots.
And this will be the first free throw of the second half by either team. Maybe.
Keep talking about things here, we'll see. .4:13 to go in the ball game.
Take that back. Sean McMahon had a free throw in the end of his 3-point play.
Yep. Free throw is good for Langler. It's 48-44, down to a 4-point ball game. Second shot is not hit. Rebound down to West Salem. Panthers out of there in a hurry. Bounce pass, nice move. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be West Salem ball, I think. And we got a foul.
We'll call a foul on Tenner. Ryan Tenner with his 3rd foul. And
go to the bonus.
Brandon Hall will go to the line.
We got a 4-point ball game, 4:05 to go in the game, and Hall is at the stripe. And the free throw is too long. Rebound comes down to the Bangor Cardinals.
They have 4 on Tenner. If that's the case, both point guards are sitting with 4 fouls.
West Salem on the steal again. Nice pass. Goes for the layup for 2. That was Tim Weber putting it in for the Panthers, and it's 50-44.
Again, that was just hustle on the loose ball. And in the second half here, West Salem has been getting those offensive rebounds and loose balls.
Inside, spins up over the top, not going to go. Got the rebound, though. That one's going to roll around and not drop. Boy, had a couple of shots underneath, couldn't get it to drop. Panthers down, and that one will go for 2. 52-44, another timeout going to be called by the Bangor Cardinals, and now all of a sudden West Salem gets a little run of their own.
They had it cut to 4, but now 2 quick baskets open that 8-point lead. Again, the largest lead of the night for West Salem.
We'll be back after we take this timeout from Bangor High School. Yeah, look down through the way there, probably some of the West Salem fans. A lot of people here from West Salem, and nice to have the school close and build a rivalry here between. I'm not sure you don't have to build too much, but it's a good rivalry to have.
I think it's been there for many years, but it's a good one, and it's a lot of fun. And what you like to see on these cold January nights is a room full at a good basketball game.
52-44. Bangor needs to drop some points in now. Working outside. See if they'll think about the three-pointers or keep trying going into Horseman. Well, they'll go to Langer. That one won't go. Check that. That was Sprain. West Salem back down. 2:45 left in the ball game. 52-44.
I'm sure Kepnick now will want to see West Salem take some time off the clock.
Taken away that time by Bangor. Got him open underneath. Whoa, batted away hard. He'll go to the line. Boy, they had him open underneath, and they both kind of went for that ball, and by the time they decided who was going to take the ball, Bangor or West Salem was there.
Should have been able to get an uncontested shot there. But as you said, with the two people there, they kind of looked at each other first.
Sandriel will go to the line. 2.5 minutes left. Gave that foul to Corey Miller. Free throw's good.
Foul to Miller. That's his fourth. It looked like it was going to be on Hall.
Yeah, I thought I saw Hall go up hard at second free throw doesn't go. Rebound down to West Salem. 52-45.
Bangor's going to have to put some trap and a little pressure here.
At the offensive charge, it'll go back to Bangor.
And again, I don't think that's what Scott Kepnick is looking at with a 7-point lead here. He's pleading on his knees to his team to have some patience. That's how they got the lead, getting a good shot.
Outside, Bangor. Left side, they're trying to, almost picked off. Did they get it? No. Horseman comes up with it, batted away. Good job. And West Salem able to catch up with it before it goes out of bounds. Good hustle by McMahon. Drives down that right side. Minute and 52 seconds left in the ball game. 52-45.
Now they're working on the clock.
Brandon Hall out high. And there's going to be the foul called on Sprain with 1:42 to go.
That'll be his fourth. And Tim Warner will go to the line for the bonus.
Free throw by Warner is good.
His 7th point of the night.
53-45. They'll start tacking on now the points at the free throw line if they're able to drop them. That one doesn't go, but the rebound comes down to West Salem.
Everything going their way right now. It's a long rebound that time.
And they'll foul. Number 34, check that. That is Sandiger. He'll go to the line. With 1:36 left. 53-45. Been a close ball game all the way through. Free throw's good. And this is the biggest lead of the night for West Salem.
West Salem with a chance to ice it here with the free throw line.
Hits them both. 10-point lead, biggest of the night. 1:35 left. Tries for three, it'll go. West Salem comes back with 3 points. Full court pressure from the Bangor Cardinals. Should say Bangor comes back with the 3 points. Horseman feeds it. And we got to travel. Oh, that's too bad. The basket goes, but they traveled first. Could have cut the lead to 5 right there.
Right there to 5. And West Salem is going to take a timeout.
Boy, big turnover there. They got the 2 points, or would have, except they traveled before the shot. 1:17 left. We'll be back after we take this timeout. Down to 1:17. Bangor got the turnover they needed.
Horseman did a great job anticipating that pass, but then took it down and he's going to try to make the pass, but that's why he's a center and not a guard, and got caught up and called for the travel.
So it'll be inbounded again now by the West Salem Panthers, and again you'll have the pressure. This time they'll break through that pressure. All the way down, and a travel there. Drag that back foot just a little bit. Turns it right back over to the Bangor Cardinals with 1:12 left.
And again, he'll probably look for the Cardinals to try to score quick here. Look for the three-pointer.
Going to try and work it inside. Turns, puts that shot up. It goes through. 55-50 with 1 minute left.
There's no quit here as they come back. They'll probably look for the foul and put him on the free throw line.
And they will foul him out around that midcourt stripe with 55 seconds left. It's a 5-point ball game.
They'll put Ben Garbers to the line. Garbers has not scored tonight.
55 seconds left. 55-50 is our score. West Salem by 5. Free throw is going to be long. No good. Rebound comes down to Horseman. They'll come down now, pump a three-pointer. Who almost threw it out of bounds. They were able to catch up with it. Not going for the three. Get it inside. Batted away. Kept alive. And West Salem gets it back.
Oh.
And a foul.
And that may be 3 shots, depending if he was behind the line there. I think he was shooting a 3, and if that's the case, he'll get 3 free throws.
It is 3. Yeah, it is.
And it was a difficult shot to begin with. Scott Kepnick's got to be upset with that one. He was forcing that shot, very difficult to make. And now we'll put him at the line shooting 3.
Boy, he got the clock stopped with 38 seconds and a chance to pull to within 2. And you're right. You know, you said never say stop. They were down by 10 points with. And he misses that first one with less than 2 minutes left, and they have fought back and have done a good job battling here. Need a couple of free throws out of this yet. That one's good. 55-51.
He can put him within a 3-point basket if he can knock this one down.
Hits that one. Got 2 out of 3. It's a 3-point game.
And we're going to a little situation substitutes here, hitting some defensive people who are not in foul trouble, and they'll probably look for the quick foul here.
Going to get it inbounded. They do. And he tries to get through. No time went off the clock that time.
And that's just what T.J. O'Hearn was in the game to do.
They got it immediately when that ball was touched inbound. He fouled him. I think the officials are talking about there should be a second probably off that clock.
Probably a second, but it was fouled. Well,
he got on him right away, but. The official goes over to talk to the scoring table, and he might have him run a second or 2 off. I'm not sure, but it wasn't much, but he got a couple of dribbles in. Okay, 36 seconds. 55-52. West Salem will go to the line, and who have we got? McMahon at the line.
McMahon, one of their better shooters at the free throw line, but at this point you can't be choosy about who you foul. You got to go after the guy with the ball, otherwise you get in a situation of an intentional foul, and you don't want to have that because then the other team gets the ball as well.
Anderson and Horseman in there. The height, they'll go after that rebound for the Bangor Cardinals. Missed the shot. The rebound comes down to Bangor.
Within a 3-point basket of tying the game.
There's a lot of time. You can get that too. Now it's taken away by the West Salem Panthers. And that'll go for, no, he missed it. Missed the layup. Got it again.
Oh, no.
It is, wow, it's getting rough down there. They're on the floor. We've got 20 seconds left. And it's 55-52. Let's see who got the foul, and let's see who goes to the line. Boy.
Well, they're going at it, and rightfully so. And you can't blame the kids right there for playing
that's just
hard.
You bet.
If anything, it might have been a little late whistle there. Probably could have had a jump ball on the ground to prevent that kind of stuff to begin with.
So West Salem will go to the line.
Both teams with chances there. Bangor had 2 rebounds. West Salem had an open layup, and
Bangor is going to take the timeout with 20 seconds left in this ball game. We got a 3-point separation, and we'll be back for those final 20 seconds after we take this timeout. Now West Salem will break out of their huddle on the near closest to us. Miller will go to the stripe. Bangor will head out.
With a chance to, well, we thought they had a chance to ice it before, but if he makes 2 free throws here and give him a 5-point lead, it would make it very difficult. But a miss keeps Bangor right there.
It's going to be high. It's going to go. 56-52. And now West Salem takes a timeout.
All those timeouts we didn't use in the first half.
Yeah, we've got them now. And you know, you suspect that too in a game like this. They didn't call a timeout that whole first half, and but then it stays close, and you figure, okay, they're gonna start using them, and they have. Even there was a 10-point separation. Now it's a 4-point ball game, and it has been an excellent ball game. We were talking at halftime. It's been one of the closer ones and one of the better ones that we've seen for quite a while throughout the area. And we go to a lot of, you know, we cover 2-3 different conferences and a lot of different ball games, and this has just been a super ball game and a non-conference game at that.
A good matchup.
They'll come back to the line. Corey Miller will have one more shot. And now it's going to be tough for Bangor. You got to get down there and get a shot off very fast.
Well, you have to get one. Not only shot, but you're going to have to
get the basket.
You have to score the basket.
Need that three-pointer.
And then if you have a timeout left, call that timeout again to set your defense and hopefully come up with a steal. It's been done before, but if he makes this one, it's going to make it very difficult.
Yeah, he does it. Next week on Crown Cable, we've got Oliva Strum at Luther. And we've also got Sparta at Onalaska, a doubleheader. They're going to throw it all the way down, and it's going to go out of bounds with 14 seconds left. It'll be West Salem ball.
Good move, and I think that's what the timeout was there by Kepnick. Didn't allow Bangor a chance to get the ball up fast. Came out with a pressure, and they hadn't pressed all night. Came out with a little 2-2-1 press, and it surprised Bangor, I think.
57-52. And West Salem will go back to the line now, only 12 seconds left. Been a good one. We took her down to the wire. And West Salem going to come out of here with a non-conference win and get back up to that 500 mark. They'll be 6-6 on the season. Missed that free throw. Horseman on the rebound. 7 seconds. 3-point shot. Not going to go. And doesn't get the shot off before the buzzer. 57-52 going to be the final. (57-52) the final tonight as West Salem wins it. A non-conference game over the Bangor Cardinals in front of a full house. And we are going to take a timeout and come back and take a look at the scoring after this break. Final score tonight, 57-52. West Salem wins a good one over the Bangor Cardinals. At the quarter breaks, it was West Salem leading at 14-11 at the end of the first quarter. Bangor led 24-23 after 2 quarters at halftime. And at the end of the third quarter, West Salem was back on top 43-38. They had a big run early in the third quarter. They outscored Bangor at one point 11-4 in the early going of that third quarter. Then in the fourth quarter even, West Salem had built a 10-point lead with less than 2 minutes left. Bangor came back to within 2 and finally losing it by 5, 57-52. And let's take a look at the scoring.
And looking at the scoring for West Salem, first of all, they were led tonight by Aaron Sandager, who was consistent all night long and ended up with 24 points on the evening for West Salem. He was helped out in the scoring department by Corey Miller, who ended up with 14, and Sean McMahon, who had 10, all in the second half. For the Cardinals, they were led in scoring by Blake Horseman, who had 14 points after the three quarters. The fourth quarter, they were unable to get it inside, but he leads the Cardinals with 16. Greg Sprain with 15 and a roll off the bench tonight, coming in with 11 of those in the second half, helping the Cardinals get back in the ball game. Ryan Tenner from his guard position added 9 points. So as we said at the beginning and towards the at halftime, we figured it would go down to the end. It did. Two teams pretty evenly matched up. Good crowd on hand, and West Salem opened up that lead as much as 8-9 points in the fourth quarter. Bangor fought back, had a chance. They had cut to 3 and the possession, but just couldn't get that last shot or get over the hump down the stretch.
57-52 the final, and we will be back again next week once again on the 4th of February. And a doubleheader that night, a couple of crews going out. We've got Levostrom at Luther and Sparta at Onalaska in Mississippi Valley Conference. In this non-conference game, again, West Salem over Bangor on Alumni Night, Alumni Weekend. And we say so long from Bangor, where West Salem wins it by 5.